welcome back to M. Angel Says. I'm M. Angel, and we are reviewing episode 9 of The Bachelor, Colton season. Let's dive in, because we got a lot to talk about. So, we start off where we left off with Colton, who took Chris aside for some ambiguous reason. He talks about his virginity, fantasy suites. It was really filler, like they had nothing to say. He didn't ask him for anything specific. I think they really just did the walk-off for the drama of the situation for the TV show. Anyhow, moving on. It was so awkward seeing him with all three girls at this stage because it's all such three important relationships. And he's like, hey, holding them all. It felt so weird. It's so creepy. Mormon polygamist with all his wives. It was a weird vibe. Clinkety clink, we're going to Portugal. Vamos to Portugal. Yes. Okay. The land of my people. I say my people because I did a DNA test recently, which actually I have to post. I did the video, but I didn't post it. And it comes that I'm like 16% Iberian. My dad has no idea. I was like, wait, so we have Portuguese/Spanish origins, but nobody knows how that's possible. We start off with Hannah. Gorge! The only recap out of all the three ladies that I was excited about was Hannah's recap. Plus the things she was saying during those feathered montage sequences. It was a lot of things about the heart. She was really speaking from the heart, about her feelings. They all sounded so genuine and relevant. The other girls, I don't know, their speeches were a little more, I guess not distant, but like more about the experience and, oh, I was excited and this has been an adventure. And Hannah's was all about, I've developed feelings that I never expected and my heart soars with the eagles and whatever when I see him, and it was really touching. So yes, after the three recaps, the relationship recaps, we get to Tayshia and Colton's date. And she voices her concerns about the fantasy suite. Is it just like impossible to be in a room with somebody you're attracted to and like not sleep with them? Why is everybody making such a big deal out of the fantasy suite? Granted, I tell myself they're on a show where they want to get engaged at the end of this. And it is uncommon in our modern days to get engaged to someone you have not had a physical intimacy with. That's some old-timey / current religious thing. Honestly, for me, the kiss says it all. If the chemistry is on point, usually the rest is too. In my experience, the person I had the best physical chemistry with, I also had the best intimate relationship with, and it was instantaneous. I think you don't have to sleep with someone to know if you guys are physically compatible, but I've only had one experience where it was perfect. Well, 1.5. So yeah, in that sense, I guess you could make out with a guy and tell that your bodies are just meant to be and everything's gonna work out in the bedroom, in the boom boom room, you know what I mean? But that's just me. I could be wrong. It's all about energy, you know? Moving on, he surprises her with a helicopter trip. Oh, wow. Didn't we already see that with Elise? Yes, okay. But she's never been on a helicopter, so she was very excited. That's a great way to see a city. Of course, what do? They make out. She gets all, oh my God, Portugal is amazing, blah, blah, blah. He made a joke about, oh, I wonder what else they export besides whatever he said that Portugal exports. She said olives. And they talked about olive oil, and he said extra virgin. She said that's how I like him, ha ha ha. I don't know if that was a natural conversation, but it felt extremely scripted. The music was all like fairy tale, magical, Harry Potter-ish. I don't know what was going on with the soundtrack. Look at them, they look cold. It looks windy AF. I don't know. I love the idea of a picnic date, especially one by the water. And so picturesque and scenic with a little lighthouse or whatever, a building, and it's like, yes, let's stand in front of a real life painting. There's a storm a-brewing, and for me, that would be a bad omen. I'd be like, look, every time he's with me, he gets injured, or we do things that like make my heart jump, and now it's stormy. I don't know. I think the universe is just telling me things right now like, no, it's not working, girl. This is not for you. Again, I don't find Tayshia fully herself with him. And I don't know if it's because she's with him or in front of the cameras, but she doesn't really let loose the way she can in some moments in the confessionals that she has, or she's just not an interesting conversationalist because he'll say things and then she'll just come back with yeah, totally, yeah, I feel that, or say something banal and I'm just like, boring. For me, conversations have to be like scripted. And I had that with one guy. I keep mentioning this guy. No one knows. You guys don't know, but if you follow my travel diaries, you'll know who I'm talking about. Serbia Bay. I had that with him, and it was then that I realized that conversation for me is as important, if not more important, than physical chemistry and intimacy. Because wow, the joy of talking to someone and having an interesting, intellectual, witty, funny back and forth, clever. Oh, it feeds my soul. It makes me fly. It is incredibly important to me. I don't know about you. Is that something that you find interesting, important, and like amazing in a relationship? Let me know in the comment section. She reminds me of me though, how she laughs easily. She's amazed by everything, just like happy. I love that. Beautiful dinner location. OMG, can we talk about the decorum? It's spot on. I want this to be my home. Have I ever mentioned how they never eat? I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Every single season, this is like my pet peeve with this show. People get together at the dinner table. They eliminate or they give the rose. They never eat. The meal is always untouched. Do they get to eat that meal? Is it plastic? It frustrates me too. I hope that when they call cut, they get to eat it. Like, it better not be wasted because it always looks fantastic. Or like I said, it's the same plastic meals that they bring and they alternate them. Like in The Sims. It's cheaper. It's also easier to film people when they're not like, it's probably why they don't get to eat. Oh yeah, she kept having a nip slip situation, boobles not staying in place. I see you, wardrobe. I see you with your little sneaky. They probably gave her some like dull tape or something because they knew they wanted those little breasts to slip and make Mr. fantasize before the fantasy suites. Get him all hot and bothered so he'll be all warmed up and ready and juicy and like can't resist her. Or it was even her idea. She was like, you know what? Let's not do the tape. And then the wardrobe girl was like, girl. Like Anyeka. I see you. She opens up during this dinner about how her ex-husband was her first and how he cheated on her. And I don't know what this says about where we are in life, but I wasn't surprised. I think I'm more surprised now by fidelity than I am by infidelity. For me, it's just like, yeah, of course he cheated. That's like what the majority of men do. And a lot of women. I don't know about the majority. I technically have not. Yes, I was 10 years with someone. He was, I mean, you know, those kind of religious guys, especially Muslims, they're like so square in their thinking and so disciplined that the only plus side of that is that they're very faithful because they're like, no, I don't do that and you will not do that to me. It's like, boom, boom. It's not gonna happen. Christians are a little more fluid in their faith. They're like, oh yeah, I will judge you in front of everyone, loud and proud, but behind closed doors, I'm the nasty. I was not cheated on, that's for sure. I did not cheat on this said person. There was a gray area, let's just say, when we were on a break. We were broken up, technically. We were broken up. You would think, based on my own personal experience, I would believe. But however, in my youth, a lot of the guys I was with were in relationships. So I guess maybe that's why it's not hard for me to see men as cheating, because I contributed to the situation. I know, terrible. I'm a changed woman, trust. Either way, all I'm saying, what about you? What do you think about today's climate? Do you believe that it's 50-50? That is better than before or worse than before or nothing has changed? Or what is your opinion on the climate and cheating? Moving on. Look at Colton's sneaky smile. He looks so evil as he goes into the fantasy suite. When he closed that door, I was like, please, they're probably gonna go like eat something and giggle and paint their nails and wear onesies, matching onesies or something. Of course, they feasted on something together. Cute. That would be me. Oh my God. You know that somebody in the crew shook that champagne bottle before putting it down so that when he goes to open it, kapoom, it popped open as in, oh, his cherry's gonna be pops. Ooh, Lordy. That bubble bath is ready. See, this is where you could catch me. That's nice though, that they prepared a bubble bath. I hope the water was still warm. Imagine it was so like cold. Now you have to draw a new bath. What a waste of water. The next morning, and those editors pick a bird and a bee. The birds and the bees. Sorry, I'm still recovering from bronchitis. So yeah, of course they would pick that. These fools. I love like I said, the editors and I see y'all tricks. Y'all are sneaky and hilarious. The next morning was a weird energy. Tasha looked pretty disappointed. I had a great time last night. Yeah. trying to hide those micro expressions of disappointment and confusion. Look at them. The body language is off. She's like almost leaning away and he's trying to be comfortable. Look at them. No eye contact. Like, what happened last night? She said it was interesting. Oh my God. Like, what? What happened? I just want to know. You know what I think? What I think happened? I think somebody tried to get it up, couldn't get it up. Madame felt insecure, like, is it me? Mr. felt like, I'm sorry, I'm trying, but it's not working. And then just like frustration, sexual frustration, and they didn't boom boom in the boom boom room. Too much pressure, like, of course he's not gonna get it up. Okay, if there are men watching, could you please, I don't know. What is it that leads to y'all not being able to get it up? Because I've been faced with so much limpage. I wonder if at this point, am I emitting a signal or some kind of like wave vibration that disables the energy inside of the eggplant? I don't understand it. Is it a question of alcohol? Is it a question of being very tired, like 3 a.m.? Okay. Is it a question of you're not physically interested in the person, like the person is not turning you on? Like you seem turned on, but maybe deep inside you're like, no, but I want to sleep with someone. So you want to have the intercourse, but you're not attracted to the person. Please explain. I'm trying to understand this. I don't have an eggplant, so I can't speak for y'all. I know how it works for me. And let's just say if the waterfalls isn't flowing, if it's the desert down there. Oh, we are getting into this topic, so sit down and enjoy it. To be fair, I have been very dry once for someone who I was extremely attracted to, and it was very late-ish / early in the morning. We had spent a long night of making out. I was nervous about taking my clothes off in front of said person because of the physical differences, my beautiful corpulence and his skinny frame, and coupled with where we were in physical location, probably why it was dry. Could I please tell you something? Men, even women, I don't know. Saliva is not a lubricant. Stop it. Oh my God, the disrespect. Don't lick your fingers. Don't spit. Definitely don't spit down there. Are you out of your mother-loving mind? No, that's not a lubricant. It'll only dry it up. Have you ever licked your hand and then it gets all dry and like ashy? It'll make things worse. Do not use saliva. Also, are you gonna pay the bills for my yeast infection medication? Don't get your germs all up in me like that. I don't need that. So please, no. I have to say it. Use the natural juices or buy a real lubricant, because women produce juices that are very great with slip, or get something else. Coconut oil works well. I don't know. Avocado oil is pretty cool. Baby oil is fine. Just no, not saliva. Okay, enough with the rated R conversation. Let's go back to The Bachelor. Sorry. Colton's walking away like he disappointed her. That's what I'm reading. And she said that she loves him, but I didn't feel conviction in her words. It really felt like this is the last time he's gonna see her. Like this was a final, I'm walking away from you, like I'm walking away. Like it's over. And as he's walking away, which is a beautiful shot, by the way, it was beautifully shot, he says it. He wasn't ready to get intimate with her, and he's not in love. Okay, next. Cassie. Well, damn, look at this. All smiles with the twins, looking cute and matchy-matchy. I don't drive. Is it safe to kiss and drive? Please let me know. They're so cute together, so natural, so easy together. He called her cute, fun, goofy, like a child basically, playful. Look at this. Playful. Honestly, he seems more into her than she's into him, is the feeling I got as this was progressing. The way he was always looking at her, trying to impress her, trying to make her laugh, trying to say things to her. And she's like being a tourist. She's walking around, she's looking around, and then stops to look at him. It's like she has to remind herself she's with him instead of being fully with him. So I was just like, woo, this is like, woo, lordy. I love how that old man snatches Cassie. Colton cannot dance. Woo! He did some things with his shoulders that were just like, no. I don't know about you. Is it a turn off? Someone who can't dance? For me, I've realized that it is. Like, oh, it can be unattractive. There's some people that can't dance and it's fine. But there's some people that can't dance and they think they can and it just looks terrible. And also, I think I don't like guys who dance like very femininely. Like they think they're seducing you and you're just like, no, you look like a gay stripper. You're not turning me on. If that's your goal. Honey, please. I am not the one. Wrong audience. Swag is important. I think I've talked about this in the previous episode. The way Colton describes love though, oh my God, I knew 100%. 1,000,000% what he was talking about. He said that you can't describe it. You can't force it. You know when it's there. You feel more yourself than ever. Yes. Yes. I think I've only been truly, truly in love 3 times in my life. It truly is the best feeling in the world, in the universe, in the galaxy. It is a reason to live. And I hope if you're out there and you haven't felt this, I pray for you that you do. It makes everything make sense. It makes life worth it. It is amazing. So Colton's in love, but Cassie's in Portugal. They're not in the same place. Oh yeah, he tells Cassie that her dad didn't give him his blessing. Woo! She didn't seem to really like that. She was surprised and annoyed, and she wanted him to have told her back then. I don't really know what that would have changed for her. Why would she? I mean, I guess I would have been like, why didn't you just tell me when it happened? So I guess maybe she could have talked to her parents about it, is what? Because she was still with them at the time, right? Colton kept telling her how he felt and he kept looking down in a way like, I really like you and all these things and you mean a lot to me. It's like he's so afraid to tell her how he feels, and the only reason he would be that afraid is because he knows that she doesn't feel the same way. You know, she's not in the same emotional place as he is. So it is tough to open up. But I'm like, Colton, isn't that any indication that you're not with the right person? Shouldn't you be with someone you can fearlessly love and openly communicate with too about your feelings, knowing that your heart is safe with them and you don't have to tiptoe around the truth or feel embarrassed or ashamed or afraid to share how you feel, because you'll be met with like frowns and grimaces. No one wants to see that when you tell somebody you love them. It's not reciprocated, and that's okay. I think he's learning a life lesson in this situation. I only recently realized, oh, I keep doing this. I keep trying on people who don't want to try for me. I'm getting ahead of myself. Surprise! Papa Cassie? Mr. Butterfly, what are you doing here? So Papa Cassie was not convinced by all of this nonsense. He didn't feel like his daughter was in love. He came to make sure she's not gonna make a huge mistake. I don't know if the producers asked him to come out or if he decided he wanted to have a final conversation with her. He asked her if she's in love. She pauses, makes a face, and says, I think I do. Look, his face says it all. Ninja, please. Girl, what? The whole world can see you as lying to yourself. No, you're not in love, and you don't have to say, I think I do. You would know. I just paused on this moment, and I just wanted to take a screenshot because this face illustrates how I feel when people talk about marriage as a lifelong commitment. Ugh. Like Chandler. Honestly, y'all are like the worst marketers for marriage. Everyone makes it sound like it is a death sentence you're entering and you have to like, are you sure? Is that your final answer? It's so grave and scary and blah, blah. I get it. As a person who was almost married to the wrong person, I understand. It's not the end of the world, you know, if you get out of a marriage, but it could be. It is easier when you're not married to someone that you eventually have to leave. I agree. It's easier, but a lot of things in life are easier. Doesn't mean that life isn't worth living. A lot of experiences are hard, but you grow from them. You learn from them. A lot of experiences you don't need to go through, of course. And I understand his concern here. I think Dad did the right decision, made the right decision in coming down to stop her. I agree with him 100% that if you're going to get married, you have to be in a place where you're like beyond a shadow of a doubt, convinced this is the person I want to build my future with. This is it. I feel it. It feels right. All the signs are there. This is the one. And it's reciprocated. Her dad basically told her, it's a vibe. He could tell that her vibe wasn't like magnetic and on 100 when she came with Colton, you know? So that's what brought him to like, girl, I don't think, I love when he talked about him and his wife. Their love story, I don't know what the details are, but the fact that he was like, I wasn't looking for love. I was out here just, you know, hoeing. And then boom, it hit me. And super in love, happy as ever. Beautiful. Love that. Oh, it gave hope. And then Cassie talks about, I don't know if that'll ever happen to me. He's like, of course it will, honey. Oh, my little baby girl. dad. He's such a sweet dad. Honestly, I wish I had a dad like that. So cute and loving and protective. I guess this is what it looks like when a man finds true love. You know, he is connected to his emotions and he can give that to his children, especially his daughters. That's beautiful. She continues to act like a baby, pouting and it sucks. And he's just like, I know, honey, I know. Well, this little baby has to do grown woman things and go break someone's heart. It's cool that the conversation with her dad brought her clarity and conviction. I don't know what the word is, but finally she had clarity. She knew what she needed to do. Because it's a fog, you know, you're in a haze. You like the person, you don't want to hurt their feelings. All these things interfere with, you also don't want maybe this person to be the one. You don't want to get married. Like, you've got all these conflicting desires. And it's cool that people that are very close to us can be our sounding board and come and like wave all that fog and smoke out of our face and be like, okay, look, clarity. Colton is so excited to see her. They keep, audio clips of him saying she's the one. I was like, no, what about Hannah? What are you talking about? How would you? No, Colton, you just want her because she doesn't want you. She's not the one. How can you say that? How can you say that? Is it because it's way too easy with Hannah? So it feels too easy, so you take it for granted? Maybe he's not ready for love. Or it's all editing. I don't know yet. She was just about to break his heart. Tears were welling up in her eyes. And then he interrupts to talk about her dad. And he says, like, I want you to know, despite what your dad feels, I still love you, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, okay, well, this is about to get awkward. Woo! And what follows are some very difficult scenes to watch. Wow. But I am honestly extremely happy that we got to witness this. Because personally, I learned a lot from watching this. I saw me. And I could finally be like, oh my God. So that's what I look like. When I am caping and fighting for someone who doesn't want me, it's not a good look. It is not a good look to try so hard. Wow. Okay, let's get into this. She tries to break up with him. She tries is the operative word here. But Colton ain't going down without a fight. He is not going quietly or easily. She has to like literally spell it out for him. I love you. I'm not in love with you. And he's just like, that's cool. That's fine. Hey, no pressure. Girl, I'll give you all the time you want. You're not in love yet. You will get there. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's like, Colton, that's great. You can scream it from the top of a rooftop as much as you want. Just because you love someone doesn't influence them into loving you more. Like, oh, you love me. Okay, well, now I love you too. No, and I've been there. I thought that if the more I express how I feel, the more they understand how much they mean to me, maybe it'll influence them in a certain way. Maybe they'll realize that, oh, wow, this person really cares about me. Maybe I need to reconsider. Or all of a sudden, they magically realize that, oh, yeah, they felt the same, but they didn't feel safe in feeling that way because they didn't know if it would be reciprocated. But if I express that I am in that place, maybe then they'll turn around and say it too. That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. If somebody tells you, look, especially like this, like she came clear-minded, determined, made her mind up, ready to tell him. And then she ends up saying, I don't know. That moment was so funny. It's the fog of the situation. It's the pretty boy, the smile, the not wanting to break his heart that makes it so much harder. Now you're like, maybe I should try harder. Maybe I should fight for love. Isn't that what people do? Am I giving up too soon? Isn't this person worth fighting for? They seem to be great on paper. All things seem to be pointing to, well, he wants me, so why don't I feel the way I do? Or will I get there eventually? Will I catch up to him? But I felt like I didn't want to. You have to trust the place you were when you were stable, when you were at peace. That's the truth speaking, that's you speaking. And I've been there where somebody came to me like that, again with Serbia Bay. And he came to me and told me what was up. I ghosted you for like 24 hours. I had to clear my mind, think about things, and decided, you're leaving Canada soon. We are developing this relationship really quick, and the feelings are developing, and why am I investing in something when you're leaving and I want a long-term relationship? Doesn't make sense. Sorry, gotta end it here. And I was just like, wait, what? This is like the best thing that's ever happened to me, and you're cutting it off now? I was Colton in this situation. I didn't get to make the whole speech about how much I care about him, hoping that it would turn out. I tried, then he stood me up. So that was the universe telling me, girl, stop. Quit it. Stop trying. Let this boy go. And oh my God, he really tries to get her to like, you know, even if we get to the end of this, like, and you don't want to get married, that's okay. I could still be a ride or die for you. Wow, Colton. That's how deep this goes. He's ready to forego what he wants. He's ready to give up on his dream, on his desires to keep her. And I saw myself 100,000,000%. I don't know about you. Okay, I have to do things differently. Clearly, I had already kind of decided, but this episode, it like cemented, yeah, okay, I definitely need to be careful when I am out here dating these people and giving my heart so freely away and compromising on what I want to convenience other people. No more, not I. My heart really aches watching this. Honestly, it was painful. He said he couldn't stop thinking about her. Like, how can I be with other people when I'm thinking about you? And I was like, oh my God. So he was with Tasha and he was thinking about Cassie. Yoof. It doesn't seem that way when he's with Hannah, though. I'm sorry. He does not seem to be thinking about anybody else. I did find it weird that he didn't break a single tear. He was just like very stone-faced. That's when I was like, is all of this acting? Is he acting like he wants to keep her to really give us a show? Because maybe deep inside he knows that Hannah's the one. I was like, why are you not crying? This is really weird. I don't know. I felt the despair and the hurt in him. I was confused by how it manifested. I guess we're all just different people. I don't know. What do you think? How do you react when you really feel like this? Maybe because he didn't feel like it was over yet. Maybe he really felt like if I keep trying, if I keep fighting, it'll work out. So he wasn't defeated. Maybe that's why he wasn't crying. I kept thinking of the song, James Blake's song, Love Me Whatever Way. I can't give up. Not now, not then. You can love me any way you want. Love me whatever ways, like as slow as you need to, as fast as you need to. Like, please, please stay with me. When someone says my mind was made up before talking to you and now I'm confused, that's a bad sign. Also, isn't it more amazing if you let somebody go and then on their own terms they realize what a mistake they made and they come running back to you because you're just like so awesome and you don't need them? And recently I did. I'm so proud of myself. Hashtag growth. There was a thing with a guy and then he like disrespected me and I was like, you're not gonna disrespect me. I usually am very lenient, but this time I was like, yeah, this I didn't appreciate. Could you please not do that ever again? And he was like, yeah, you're asking a lot of me. And I was like, common decency is too much for you? Okay, well then I guess this is not gonna work out. And he was like, yeah, let's just leave it here. And I was like, okay, it's your loss, bye. And also happy and proud of myself because I was really excited about this person, like really excited, like, ooh, new candy to taste. But it didn't happen, and that's fine. One sentence I read on Instagram, and this is like my motto now. I think I need to tattoo this on me or like put a poster up on my wall. Stop chasing the wrong one. The right one won't run. It's almost like a tongue twister. But yeah, those words, like, I read them, and it's like vibrationally aligned with me. I felt like the universe was like shaking me like, I'm Angel, hello, stop chasing the wrong ones. The right one, he's not gonna run from you, girl. That's what we all need to know. Oh, how amazing is it to love yourself so much and so fully and be so confident that you are enough, you are everything, that you accept when the wrong ones take themselves out. Like it's like the trash taking itself out. That's how I see it now. I'm like, this is wonderful. In my life, the trash has always taken itself out. I have not had to dump a dude I really didn't like or run away from someone. No, they usually take themselves out, and that is like a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Get out of my way if you're not gonna be the one. Wonderful. That's what Colton needs. He needs it. Interesting when he said that I used to be in a relationship where I was more in love than the other person. And he doesn't want that anymore, he says. And I'm a different person now, he says. And yet, Colton, you're kind of falling into the same pattern here. You're hanging on to someone that already clearly showing you, I'm not where you are and I don't feel the same way you feel. Hello, the universe is showing you right here and now. This is gonna be the same situation. I strongly believe that we all attract the same partners until we learn to do things differently, to identify what the problem is, and work on ourselves, our confidence, our vibration, our mentality, to make sure that we don't fall into the same patterns. So it was just very interesting. I was like, oh, of course, it's not a surprise that he said that. He didn't change vibrationally yet. I don't even know if he's ready to marry because clearly Hannah's the one. But this just points to a guy who hasn't moved on yet from past insecurities. Boy was shaking. That's how intense this was. He said that he would not stop fighting for her. Like, It almost sounds like a threat. As God is my witness, woman, even if you leave, I will fight for you. I will never give up on you. I will keep coming at you. I was like, yo, this is getting fatal attraction up in here. Too much. But see, that's also a very interesting conversation that I would love to have with people. I need to write all these subjects down and just have a separate, like, love talk with y'all because I'm really fascinated by these topics. Society teaches us to fight for love. Should we? Is that really the right thing to do? Shouldn't we take the path of least resistance? I believe in law of attraction, and that's what law of attraction is based on. The path of least resistance, Occam's razor, will lead you to your greatest wealth, happiness, joy, whatever. When things are hard, you're going upstream. When there's resistance, when you're met with resistance, it means turn the other way. You don't try to drive a car through a tree when you hit one. You don't try to walk through a wall when there's one facing you. So why is it that when in life we're told you must surmount challenges? Are you though? Maybe it's just easier to do things different way and trust that another path will open up and it's gonna be unexpected, you know? I don't know. What do you think? Because it is pretty romantic. And I've heard many stories and instances of relationships where one partner said, I never gave up on this person. I was rejected time and time again, repeatedly. And over time, I guess I wore them down and now we're happily in love. And I'm always like, are you though? Is that even possible? Can someone like go from like, no, to all of a sudden, I never knew. I looked at you. I never knew that I would feel this way before. Like, is that a thing? Can that happen? It's never happened in my life that I know of. I was in the same grade school from kindergarten to high school. So a lot of the people were the same people I grew up with. And there were moments where you have a crush on someone that you've known for years and you never saw them that way before. So yeah, I can, but I don't know. Is it real and will it be lasting is my question. Or is it just like a passing fling? Je ne sais pas. Just opening up the floor for discussion. All right, let's wrap this up. I am really proud of Cassie. She didn't back down. She didn't waver. She didn't give up. She didn't falter. She repeatedly told him it's over and she finally walked away from Colton, which was very hard to do. Oh my goodness. And we come to the climax, the most dramatic scene in Bachelor history. Colton jumps the gate. You in Portugal, boy, where you gonna go? And apparently they're in the middle of nowhere of like a valley. Oh, I thought he went to run after the car, you know, to run after Cassie, like, Cassie, I told you I'd never stop fighting for you. And he's an athlete, right? So he can probably like go. He's like NFL, you know? Shots of Chris running down in the empty darkness of Portugal. Portugal. This was ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. Colton, Jason, where are you? Yeah, to be continued indeed. Oh, like I said, rejection sucks. He's heartbroken, sure. What about Hannah? I'm confused. He might not be ready for Hannah, like I said, because it's too easy. And maybe he hasn't dealt with the pains of the past. And being that rejected boy, your scars can dictate how you behave and the people you fall for. And we keep falling for unhealthy people because we haven't dealt with that deep insecurity that keeps making us crave the wrong person, you know, until we address it and release it. And therapy's good for that. I just hope he doesn't act a fool and miss out on Hannah. Ooh, do you want to be the girl that he has to like settle for after he fought so hard to keep the other girl? Yo, I don't know. It's like, if you were that sure about her, how you feel about me? I don't know. This is all very precarious. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens next. What did you think? Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Before you go, please click that like button, subscribe to Angel Says, and turn on that notification bell so you'll know when the next video drops. I'm gonna be on time. Next week is the last 2-episode finale. I'm gonna be there on time. And tune in to Angel Says for conversations about love and life and laughter. Follow Angel Says on Instagram. That's where the fun continues. One word, Angel Says. And Facebook and Twitter as well if you'd like. I will see you very, very soon. Cheers, have fun, stay blessed, and stop begging. Let's not beg people anymore. Love yourselves.